Here's Phil to tell you more.
I know a lot of people say a lot of questions. They want to know what's going on, what's going on. I can't tell you everything going on for privacy reasons because of people who are very, very intrusive and people who have a lot of, they want to be harassing us and my family and everything. What I can say is a few quick things, okay? There's been a lot of issues this year with health. There's been a lot of issues this year with private stuff going on behind the scenes, and it keeps kind of screwing a lot of stuff up for us, appointments and all kinds of stuff. And without saying too much, that's why things are kind of chaotic right now. Like, we don't know when our day off will be. We don't know what our schedule is. It's kind of all over the place, okay? So, immediately this person gets banned. This idiot says, DSP has cancer. No, but you're banned from my chat permanently for saying that. So, fuck up! Because don't you think that if there was something serious like that, that I would tell you, right? So you can shut the fuck up and go away and never come back. You immediately got to go to the most dramatic, awful thing because you like drama. Don't come back. If you get attacked by someone, don't take it personally and don't take it seriously, okay? Like I said, it's personal things behind the scenes going on. Yes, health is one of them, but there's other things as well. And because of that, it's been screwing up a lot of stuff in our lives. It's not just me. It's not just my wife. It's both of us that have a stake in this and are affected by it. And it makes it so that it's not consistent. And that sucks because basically what I would like to do is have consistency and have safety and have a routine and have all of that. And for the most part, I've had that. And now things are kind of getting shaken up. And there's nothing I can really do about it. In life, that's one of the worst things for me anyway, is when you're in a situation where it's a bad situation or not an ideal situation, and it doesn't matter what you do, you can't really do anything to change it. You don't really have power over it. There's nothing you can do about it. I hate that in life. And the older I get, that's what happens more often, and it's like, it sucks, right? And that's the situation that we're in right now, right? When you ask things like, why haven't Phil and Kat done that co-op of Beyond Two Souls that was promised to us?
By the way, it wasn't promised,
but when it was promised to us months ago, this is one of the reasons why, okay? Because our schedule's not consistent, because our health isn't consistent, and you're not going to do that kind of stuff until it's solidified. What's the point of trying to force one stream and then you don't know when you can do the next one, or the stream ends up being shitty? There's no point, right? So you got to understand that, and I hope you'll be understanding of that. And I'm sorry that I can't be more consistent with my scheduling. I wish I could be. I wish that we could have scheduled the co-op. You know, it is what it is. It's life. We're dealing with it here behind the scenes. And please be understanding of it. A lot of people won't hear this clip, and then they're going to still come and pester and ask, why is he not here on the same days? Why doesn't he do the co-op? Listen, it's all right. I'm not going to get angry about that. All right? But, of course, again, there's the people on the internet who want to over-dramatize everything, who want to turn everything into fucking, something for their own personal benefit because they love drama. They're a bunch of fucking rumor mongers, right? What's the latest buzz? What's the latest drama news that you've heard, right?
Where did Phil get the money for that new spatula? I bet that cost several dollars, and
Gossip, gossip, gossip. Well, gossip this, bitches. I'm not telling you anything because you don't deserve to know. Maybe if there were people out there who were actually nice and could handle news, then maybe I would actually tell you everything that's going on, but I know that they can't. So, no, I'm not going to tell you everything going on. It's just life, okay? So, FYI, yes, this week, Wednesday again is my day off. I have no clue if Wednesday will be my day off again next week. I have no clue what's going on with the co-op. I just have no clue. Okay? That's life. I will let you know when I know anything further, okay? Yesterday, we had an awesome Elden Ring stream where basically we did the entire northwestern quadrant of the map and also did odds and ends of a few things I hadn't finished. What's funny, though, and I will say this, the entire playthrough, all you get is these people who whine and are never happy. So if you remember when I started the playthrough, I was magic build, and everyone's like, oh, you did magic build for your second run in the game. That's boring. You got to respec. And I said, well, let me find some good weapons and stuff in the DLC that I want to respec to use. And I tried doing magic build, and it didn't work. Magic build was incredibly weak for this DLC. It just wasn't working at all. And so I ended up finding these dual electric hand axes. I tried to use those. They weren't very good in my opinion. They're too stubby. They barely hit anything. So I didn't really like them. So then I found a giant anvil hammer, and that was more my style. And the anvil hammer allowed me to go right back to a boss that I couldn't beat with magic build, and boom, within like 10 minutes, beat it. And I was like, there you go. So here's how you're supposed to do this DLC. Now, since I started the DLC with those builds, I've gone from the anvil hammer to a great shield, holy hammer, counter-attacking build. You guard counter, you block, counter-attack, boom. So that was a completely unique build. I'd never done anything like that before in the Soul series. Then I changed back and I went to dual great hammers. Okay. Then I changed it again and I started using this giant weapon that looked like a finger, which was kind of cool because it had a cool boss effect. Then I changed it up again. Yes, I just kept changing it. And I got this sword that I really like. The Great Sword of, I keep saying it's Damnation. I think the Great Sword of Damnation. I really like the boss ability on it. So first I was doing dual Great Swords of the Sword of Solitude and the Sword of Damnation, right? But then I was forced into parrying a bit because there was a certain enemy you can't kill unless you parry. And I was like, oh, I actually liked that parry mechanic. I'd like to try it. So then yesterday I took a shield and I leveled it all the way up. So now I've got a shield and I'm doing a combination of parrying with the shield and using the greatsword in one hand, or two-handing the greatsword and using it as a two-handed weapon and then using the boss weapon ability. So
It's been, I mean, just think about what I just said. Magic build, dual electric axes, anvil hammer, shield and counter, guard countering, holy hammer, dual hammers, a second set of dual hammers, dual great swords, or two-handing the great sword and parrying with the shield.
I've done 8 different builds during the course of the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, okay? At first, I swear to you, every time I picked a build, there was complaints. Oh, that build's overpowered. Oh, that build's so overpowered. Oh, how did he know that build is overpowered? Oh, look, he's using the build that this YouTuber uses. Oh, look, he's doing this. There's literally no way you can accuse me of copying anyone because I've done 8 different builds. Tell me another person who played Shadow of the Erdtree and changed their build 8 times to try different boss weapons. Now, the funny part is, after all of this changing around and everything, right? People still say dumb stuff like, oh, so you see, he's ready for the final boss. He knows what he's doing. He cheated. First of all, I don't know what the final boss is. I don't know what you're talking about. I have 8 builds. How could I possibly have been doing the final boss build? What are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense what these idiots say. You listen, it's just, what it is again, it's the same as my Street Fighter days. It's the same as everything. Anything to discredit something that Darkside Phil does. Everything that Darkside Phil does is bad and wrong. He has no skill, no intelligence. He only can copy others or get told what to do, right? He's not good at Dark Souls. He's not good at Street Fighter. He's not good at anything. Therefore, you know, it's all nonsense. So again, they make this narrative up, okay? And then they believe it because they're stupid. It's this weird cultish groupthink mentality that just because a bunch of idiots say something, it's true. And then they just propagate this nonsense, okay? So I see comments and stuff, and I'm like, you know that if they're leaving comments on my videos saying this dumb shit, you know that there's entire videos about it. You know that these idiots are saying this in their circles. They're moronic, right? So I don't know if my build now, the dual-handed greatsword and a parrying, if that actually is good for the end of the game. The thing is, we could always do like what I did against the Lord of Frenzied Flame. If I get to a boss where my first build isn't working, like the dual hammers, I could switch to another build, like the guard countering, or I could switch to the greatsword, or I could switch to the parry. I have like 4 options that I can go between for this endgame stuff.
And that's good.
That's smart. That's not pigeonholing yourself into one strategy, and if it doesn't work, now you're screwed. You got to beat your head against the brick wall till you just win by luck. Instead, I could change it up and try all these different strategies. That's cool, right? All right, I hope you'll join me for that journey, and I hope that you won't listen to the nonsense of what idiots say outside of this channel because they're just moronic. Again, they just make stuff up, and they pass it off as a truthful narrative.
Like, did you watch the playthrough, you fucking buffoon?
Yep, I'm toxic. 8 builds. 8. How could I have possibly known the best one for the final boss when I've tried 8 builds? Hint, hint. So, hint, hint. So, hint, hint.